Faith was never meant to be confined to just religion. It was meant to be activated. Faith is the ability to hold on to something before it exists, to walk in a direction without fully knowing the outcome. It is the currency of the unknown. Without faith, you cannot create, you cannot endure, you cannot evolve. Faith is what drives the scientists to try again. It is what pushes the artists to pour their soul into a canvas no one asked for. It is what lets a movement begins with just a whisper. Faith is not a superstition. It is a muscle of the overman. It is the reason you haven't given up yet. It's the reason people resist when they know the odds are stacked against them. It is what has gotten every revolutionary killed, and it's what makes their death matters. Faith is the part of you that already knows what's possible, but it only works when you activate it. The narcissist uses faith too. Don't forget that. Their faith is just in themselves. They believe their lies until you do. Their faith is corrupted, but still potent. They believe they deserve power, and their faith often outweighs the insecure faith of good people who keep who keep waiting for permission. If you want to defeat the narcissist, if you want to dethrone corrupt institutions and confront the weight of the unknown, you must learn to use your faith consciously. You must learn to program it. Faith must be actualized. This is not about belief. It is about embodiment. The overman doesn't just believe things. He moves like they are true. He acts like the future is his to build, because it is. That is what separates the overman from the crowd. It's not that he knows more. It's that he trusts deeper. He understands that the unknown will never be conquered by certainty, but only by conscious risk. Faith is the software of human evolution, and like any great software, it must be updated. If your faith still sounds like your childhood church or your favorite influencer, it's probably time for an upgrade. Real faith is not afraid to ask questions. Real faith does not flinch when truth evolves. Real faith walks into the unknown with fire in his chest and says, "Let there be light." Faith is not just a mindset. It's a lifestyle. It's not a belief system. It's a belief practice. The righteous don't just believe things. They live by faith. That ancient phrase, "the righteous shall live by faith," has been misunderstood for centuries. It was never about blind obedience to a book. Those books didn't even exist when those words were first spoken. These were not divine rule books sent down from heaven. They were letters, poems, teachings written by human hands for human struggles in human time. To live by faith means to walk your belief system out in real time, to actualize your ideals into behavior. You believe in justice? Prove it. You believe in equity? Then live in alignment with it. You want to see liberation? Then stop waiting for permission to revolt. Faith is not, "I hope things change." Faith is, "I will live like this must change." The world is collapsing because too few people are living by faith. They're tweeting about it, posting about it, voting on it, but not living it. And narcissists win because they live their faith. Their faith is dark, ego-driven, self-serving, but it is embodied. It is performed. It is walked out. They lie with conviction. They move with certainty. They build with audacity. Meanwhile, good people wait. They wait for signs. They wait for consensus. They wait for leaders. They wait for courts to say the obvious out loud. But the overman does not wait. The overman acts. Your life is your doctrine. And if your faith is not lived, it is not real. Every society is shaped by the collective faith of its people. A nation that is enslaved has faith in its masters. A nation that submits to corruption has faith in fear. Look around. The world you see is a reflection of collective faith. Faith in money, faith in punishment, faith in control. If you want the world to change, you must change where the world's faith is anchored.